Now here we are going to discuss the crops, food crops, the cash crops grown in India, what all climatic conditions are required for them, nature of basically rainfall, nature of soil, irrigation facilities, what is prevailing in India, and what is the India's standing vis-a-vis global countries. For the sake of simplicity, we will divide the crops into two categories. Food crops. Here we will discuss rice, wheat, jowar, bajra, ragi, pulses. Second is cash crops. It is basically I have written in decreasing order of area occupied by them except pulses. This is the decreasing order of area occupied by the crops. Cash crops, cotton, jute, sugarcane, tobacco, tea, coffee, rubber, and certain spices and condiments. Oil seeds also. If I have missed any one of them, I will see while discussing, I will discuss them. More or less, these are the crops that we discuss. While discussing cash crop, we will also try to understand basically all the factors, crops, these industries, why these industries developed or lacking in development, cotton textile industry, sugarcane industry, tea, coffee, rubber. Now, first we will start with rice. Right? See, at times I will draw the map of the country to depict the distribution pattern of the area. Acreage is different from production. At times, the crops may have huge acreage area in a particular state, but in terms of production, the state may lag behind. First, we are starting with rice. Kindly keep on taking down as soon as I write. Rice is the only crop in the country that is grown in every state and union territories. It is grown in every state and UT of the country. And this is the staple food for 70% of the population of the country. India has largest area in the world under rice, that is 45 million hectare. In terms of area, if you see, India leads all other countries. Second is China. China is far behind India. In terms of area, India is having the largest area and China is second largest. But in terms of production, basically China is first, followed by India. India follows China. India is followed by Indonesia, and then Bangladesh. Now what we see, this 45 million hectares of area, this accounts for 24% of the gross crop area of the country. And rice in India, it accounts for 42% of the total food grain production that take place in the country. rice alone account for 42% of the total food grain production that takes place in the total food grain production. 42% is rice. Now, if you see these rice producing countries are also the largest rice consuming countries. For example, Indonesia is world's largest importer of rice, and Bangladesh is world's third largest importer of rice. Rice as a commodity enters into international market on a very small scale, because areas producing the rice like Kerala is one of the states that where we have 3 crops of rice in almost every district, and basically still rice is in short supply because they eat idli, dosa, pongal, everything of rice. More than 1,000 varieties of rice are grown in Kerala. I will discuss Kuttanad, very important. Nalleppi, Alappuzha district of Kerala. Rice producing countries are also largest rice consuming countries. The rice producing regions are also the largest rice consuming regions. West Bengal, largest producer, but contributes nothing to the central pool. It is Punjab, where rice is not a food crop, it is grown as a cash crop. It contributes maximum to the central pool. If you see yield of rice in India is below global average. It is less than world average. In terms of production, although India is second largest, but the yield is very less. The yield is very less. Basically, in terms of yield, you will be surprised to know Italy is having the highest yield, and at times Egypt. Italy is the only country in Europe where rice is grown. Italy is the only country in Europe where the rice is grown. See, this is Italy. This is southern slopes of Alps. This is Pennine Range. This is Lombardy Plain. And here there is Po River. In Po River Valley, mulberry cultivation and rice cultivation is done. This plain is known as Lombardy Plain. These are the southern slopes of Alps. This is Pennine Range. This is the Lombardy Plain, which is having the highest yield of rice. Second, Egypt in the delta of Nile River. Japan is the only country of the world where the mechanization for rice has been developed. Rice operations have to be carried out in flooded fields, so basically it is not suitable for mechanization, and therefore rice culture is known as monoculture. Why? Because rice operations have to be done in flooded fields where mechanization is not possible. Japan is the only country that has developed machines to operate in flooded fields. And Japan, after these two countries, the highest yield is found in Japan. If you see in terms of export, Thailand happens to be the largest exporter. Here, before last, India became the largest exporter, but usually it is Thailand. In Thailand, the rice, it is the largest exporter of rice in the world. Here the rice cultivation is done in Chao Phraya Delta. Chao Phraya Delta. Chao Phraya is the main river of Thailand. Bangkok is located on this river. Chao Phraya Delta is famous for rice cultivation, and Thailand happens to be the largest exporter of rice, followed by Vietnam. And in Vietnam, it is the Mekong Delta, Ho Chi Minh City, Mekong Delta, that is famous for rice cultivation. That happens to be the second largest exporter. Then comes India. Now, what we see, as I told you, these Indonesia and Bangladesh are the third and fourth largest producer, and Indonesia is also the world's largest importer, and Bangladesh is the third largest importer. So rice as a commodity does not enter into international market on a large scale, because rice producing areas are also large rice consuming areas. And it is an exception that it is the only country in Europe where the rice production is done. Now let us come on to these various climatic aspects of rice crop. What are the climatic conditions required for the growth of rice? Is it all clear? India alone accounts for 45 million hectare of land. Basically, largest area under rice in the world is in India. If you see the climatic factors, climatic factors for rice cultivation. Rice crop requires warm and humid condition. It is a kharif crop. It requires warm and humid condition. Temperature should be above 21 degrees centigrade. And in areas where irrigation is not possible, irrigation facilities are not available, in those areas rice can be grown only in those areas where rainfall is more than 100 centimeters. That is temperature. Hot and humid conditions are required. Centimeter iso height line forms the lowest limit of rice cultivation without irrigation. Without irrigation, rice can be cultivated only in those areas where rainfall is at least 100 centimeters. So it is the eastern part of the country where the rice is grown in bulk, or along the western coast. Now what we see, soil, any soil, rice can grow on any soil. Clay loamy is best suited. It can tolerate both acidic and alkaline soil. And basically clay loamy is best suited for rice cultivation, which can hold water. Because it is in the flooded fields that the rice saplings are transplanted. Now irrigation, if you see in India, only 40% of the rice crop is irrigated. But despite this fact, rice accounts for 70% of the total irrigation water used for different crops. Only 40% of the rice crop is irrigated. Despite this, rice cultivation accounts for 70% of the total irrigation water that is used for all the crops. 70% of the irrigation water is used in rice cultivation. Why? Because to grow 1 kg of rice, it requires 3,000 to 5,000 liters of water. And it is being said, with the increasing water scarcity, it is the rice growing area that will be the first regions on earth that will feel the food insecurity problem. The growing water scarcity will compel the nations to bring down their production, and the rice growing areas use maximum water. Basically 1 kg of rice requires 3,000 to 5,000 liters of water. So such varieties of rice need to be developed which use less water. Such varieties, super NPT technology has been developed by Pakistani genetic scientists basically, and that variety uses as low as water as wheat. Rice, those varieties of rice need to be developed which require less water, and a Pakistani genetic scientist, Abbasi, a woman, she has developed such NPT, super NPT technology by way of which rice can be grown with as less water as required by wheat. Now, let us see in India what are the, have you got it? Temperature, rainfall, soil, irrigation. Now, let us see what are the regions where the rice is grown. Basically, if you see state-wise, states, West Bengal accounts for the largest in terms of production. West Bengal is the largest producer of rice. after West Bengal in terms of production, the second, third and fourth, these ranks are interchanged. These three ranks are interchanged every year. If you see the record of past 5 years, every year the second rank is being interchanged between Andhra Pradesh, UP and Punjab. Second, third, fourth rank is continuously circulating among these three states in terms of production. In terms of yield, yes, Punjab has the highest yield. And in Punjab, rice is a cash crop. So it is also the largest contributor to the central pool. If you see in terms of area, this was production. In terms of area, again West Bengal is having the largest area, followed by UP, and third is Odisha. Highest yield Punjab and lowest yield MP. In rice production, the lowest yield is that of MP. West Bengal, largest area, second largest UP, third largest Odisha. In West Bengal, 3 crops of rice are grown in a particular year. In West Bengal, 3 crops of rice are grown: Aman, Os and Buru. These 3 crops of rice are grown in West Bengal. Basically, there is a region in India, those in India, areas receiving rainfall more than 120 centimeter. That is eastern part of Jharkhand, entire West Bengal, entire Assam, entire Manipur, entire Mizoram, entire Tripura. Rice monoculture is prevailing. In India, rice monoculture is, that means the area under rice is so large that the second ranking crop occupies so small area that virtually it can be easily ignored. In Assam, there is huge tea cultivation, but there is not a single district in Assam where the tea is first ranking. It is in South Nilgiri that the tea is first ranking crop. In Assam, in Kerala, every district 3 crops of rice, but in no district of Kerala rice is first ranking crop. It is always coconut. I will give you very important glimpse. You must know them, and I will also give you the reasons also if you want. Rice. What I was saying? I want to tell you some very important thing. 3 crops of rice. Maybe your first one. Now let us come to this. Now if you see rice growing areas, it is the basically east coastal 120 centimeter rice white line. I was saying, take down rice monoculture region in India. I was saying that rice monoculture region. Rice monoculture region in India. Areas which receive more than 120 centimeter of rainfall constitute the rice monoculture region. What do you mean by rice monoculture?
Rice is the main.
Matlab the acreage or the land under rice is so large that the second ranking crop is far behind. It is almost very less. That is every district rice area under rice is far more than second ranking crop. For example, in Assam, tea cultivation is done, but not in a single district of Assam, tea is first ranking crop. Rather, in every district, rice is first ranking crop and tea is far behind. Now, why? Tea is a plantation crop. Its acreage will remain same. Rice you can grow 3 times in a year. The land under rice will increase. Are you getting the reason for it? You can go for multiple cropping for rice, but you cannot harvest tea every day. Acreage in that tea will remain fixed. It is a plantation crop. These areas are eastern Jharkhand, take down eastern Jharkhand, West Bengal, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura. I would like to tell you a very interesting aspect, because we have not discussed crop combination in detail. Even in entire Arunachal Pradesh, entire Nagaland, entire Meghalaya, rice is first ranking crop. But it is not monoculture. Are you getting my point? Monoculture in Arunachal Pradesh and Nagaland, rice is grown in valley bottoms and on terrace slopes. Maize is cultivated. When I will come on maize, I will discuss. Rice is first ranking crop all along the east coastal plain, interior district of Andhra Pradesh, basically entire Odisha, entire Chhattisgarh, and southeastern part of MP, eastern part of UP, entire Bihar, entire Jharkhand, entire northeast, rice is first ranking crop. In Kashmir Valley, rice is first ranking crop. From Surat to Kasaragod along the west coastal plain, rice is first ranking crop. But rice monoculture is something different. Rice monoculture is something different. That is, the rice crop occupies so large area that its second ranking crop is almost negligible. Right? Now, in Andhra Pradesh, in the deltaic tracts of Godavari and Krishna, there are three districts. It is east, this is the delta of Godavari, this is the delta of Krishna. East Godavari district, this is west Godavari district, and this is Krishna district. These three districts account for 7% of the rice production of the country. Most important districts for rice production. These three districts account for 7% of the rice production of the country. I discussed the area: West Bengal, UP and Odisha. These three are the largest rice producing districts of the country. These three districts account for 7% of the rice production of the entire country. After these three districts, we come on to Tamil Nadu. In Tamil Nadu, in Kaveri Delta, there is Thanjavur district. Thanjavur. This district alone accounts for 2.8% of the rice production of entire country and 25% of rice production of Tamil Nadu. Single district. Let us come on to Kerala, the land of gods. Kerala, basically rice, every district 3 crops of rice are raised. And the unique feature about the Kerala rice is more than 1,000 varieties of rice are grown. And it is here the red rice is also grown. Red rice is much better than brown rice and white rice. In red rice, the iron content is 5 times more than the white rice and brown rice. It is grown extensively in Kerala. And in Kerala, more than 1,000 varieties of rice is grown. And in every district, more than 2 crops, that is 3 crops of rice are raised. Despite this, in no district, rice is first ranking crop. In every district, coconut is the first ranking crop. Here in Alappuzha district, Alleppey district, you see, you will find there is a lake, Vembanad Lake. It is spread over more than one district. Vembanad Lake, this Vembanad Lake is shrinking. And as this Vembanad Lake is shrinking, agricultural land is being developed. And this region is known as Kuttanad. Kuttanad is the lowest place of the country. It is 4 to 10 feet below sea level. Kuttanad is the only place in the world where the rice is grown below sea level. Kuttanad is the rice bowl of Kerala. In Alappuzha district of Kerala, Kuttanad is that land which has developed as a result of shrinking of Vembanad Lake. As the Vembanad Lake is shrinking, the land that is emerging, it is very humid, hottest and humid tourist place of Kerala. Kuttanad. Kuttanad is the only place in the world where the rice is grown below sea level. Kuttanad is the lowest place of the country, 4 to 10 feet below sea level. Kuttanad is the rice bowl of Kerala. Kuttanad basically is the hottest and most humid tourist place of Kerala. And Kuttanad is the result of shrinking of Vembanad Lake, whereby this agricultural land has developed. So this was about rice.